Bismillah Rahman Rahim. This is Khaja Ahmad Akbar and you're watching Global Times Pakistan. Pakistan and India relations have been under discussion since days. That Pakistan and India is ready to mediate and UAE is behind the mediation talks. To discuss all the happenings and the current situation, what is going on, I have with me Dr. Adam Saud, Dean from Bahia University, Islamabad. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Hamad.
So, my first straight question to you, or direct question to you, is the U.S. intelligence submitted a report in Congress that they are expecting Pakistan-India war in next 5 years. So, at the same time, UAE is trying to mediate between Pakistan and India. So, what is all this going on? What is the reality in your opinion?
Well, actually, so far, my personal opinion is concerned. First of all, we need to understand the changing dynamics of this region, not only this region, but obviously the international political structure as well. We know that the world is heading towards in fact, the international political structure is in a transition, is a constant transition, where we have seen that there are certain states there where there are certain powers which are resetting, but at the same time there are certain powers which are ascending to the international political structure, particularly if we talk about Iran. We know that this South Asian region is a kind of volatile region where uh, there are multiple issues which are a matter of real concern for not only the regional states, but obviously for international community as well. So for American statement, the CIA's report is concerned that Pakistan and India is going to have a full-fledged war during the next 5 years. I personally think this is an overstatement. I can't see any war, a full-fledged war happening between India and Pakistan, keeping in view the military strength, the nuclear arsenal, and obviously the history learned from three major wars between India and Pakistan. We know that the full-fledged war is not going to happen between India and Pakistan. Instead, whatever is going on the track to diplomacy, the back channel diplomacy that is under process right now. Even there are reports that Indian and Pakistani intelligence agencies, they are negotiating with each other, over the Kashmir conflict. I personally think this is a very positive development, and this is the fate of the South Asian people. That instead of fighting with each other, we should be collaborating with each other. And I personally think that although India, we know that Indian stance over Kashmir problem is that they do not like a third party mediation. But over the time, we have seen that when there had been crisis situation where both the states, they were unable to handle the situation and resolve the crisis. Obviously, third party had to intervene and mediate between the two, and the outcome was positive. I would say. In this case, where UAE is, involved into, this is a very important development again, because UAE is traditionally is not a state that is very much active into regional or international politics. It was its major focus was onto trade and other kind of things, not onto geopolitics. But recently, the not intervention, but the good offices provided by UAE between India and Pakistan is, for my personal opinion and my personal, assessment is that it's very important because uh, the UAE know is it very well that they have very, enhanced kind of economic and trade relations with India now, and Pakistan is also very important for their geoeconomic and geostrategic interest, and they understand it. They have realized it that the conflict between India and Pakistan is going to have negative impacts on UAE's ambitions as well. And secondly, we know that the Chinese investment into the Gulf region, into the Middle Eastern region, broadly speaking, into the MENA region, that is the Middle East and the North African region, is massive now. If you do remember, back in 2008, when the economic crisis happened in the world, the economic recession happened, they were the companies, the Western companies and countries, especially, they pulled out their investments from many countries in the world. That was a time when China did massive economic and energy deals with the Gulf countries, including UAE, and obviously for the shipment of their energy to China. Stability in South Asia, particularly India and Pakistan and Afghanistan, is very important for UAE as well. So I personally think that the first connotation that the war is going to happen between India and Pakistan, for me, uh, it's impossible. It's very difficult. I can't see any war between India and Pakistan. But yes, this development is positive, and it would bring uh, good results for the people of South Asia.
So now the point comes of a very crucial question. That is that Pakistan has always welcomed the third party between India and Pakistan as a mediator, but India never wanted that. Do you see that India has agreed to accept UAE as a mediator between Pakistan and India relation, especially on Kashmir?
Well, you know, again, we need to understand the situation. The situation changed after the fall of Dhaka. When we did Simla agreement with India, Kashmir issue was declared as a bilateral issue. So technically, the uh, UN resolution which declared it an international issue, and where UN declared that you should be holding plebiscite where people of Kashmir, they are going to decide about their fate. So this similar agreement has agreed upon that the issue is a bilateral in nature, and although it did not say anything about the third party mediation, but as I have explained earlier on that India, it had never agreed upon the third party mediation. But whenever there were crisis like situation, during those crises, India had to welcome the third party mediation between India and Pakistan, particularly over the Kashmir issue. And there are not many examples. But I personally think that the situation right now is that after the revocation of Article 370 and 35A in Kashmir, there are repercussions of these revocation of the treaties by India, and obviously there are international pressures on India as well. And we know that uh, the community living in UAE, particularly, if you look at the indigenous population of UAE, you would see they are hardly 35% of the indigenous people are comprising. There are other people who are living over there, and we know that UAE is transforming its economy, and it really wants to be one of the developed countries in the world. And obviously, to reach the status of a core country, they have to obey certain attributes like human rights, a kind of democracy. We know that democracy does not prevail in UAE. So there are certain gestures that, and then we know that Saudi Arabia is dominating the regional politics of Gulf countries. And obviously, we have seen that what happened with Qatar when it tried to come out as an independent, it tried to formulate its independent foreign policy. UAE also has realized that we should not be relying solely, totally on Saudi Arabia. So far, the regional politics is concerned, we have to perform our own role as well. Uh, the third party mediation, so far India is concerned, I think it's maybe it's occasional, spontaneous, because of the crisis situation which is being faced right now. Just to mitigate, just to pacify the situation, maybe they want to bring a kind of not resolution, but a kind of some kind of infrastructure, some kind of agreement between India and Pakistan over the current status of Kashmir.
So my last request to you would be to kindly conclude for our audience that these secret talks facilitated by UAE, could there be any possibility of bringing results?
Well, I mean, results, there would definitely be results, but I don't know what kind of results you are asking from me. Look, there are multiple kind of results. Obviously, these negotiations are not going to bring results for a permanent solution of Kashmir. No way. We should not expect out of it. But yes, once your intelligence agencies, your security agencies, they are involved into these negotiations. Obviously, the political leadership, most of the times, it had been pro negotiations and resolution of the conflicts. But we know that due to the nature of Kashmir conflict and due to the nature of geopolitics of this region, militaries, whether it was India's military and particularly Pakistan's military, it had to have a particular point of view, and they were justified into it because we know that what happened back in 2019 when the Indians they did their so-called Balakot operation, and we know that Abhinandan was also captured by Pakistani military. These conditions force the security apparatus or security agencies in Pakistan to behave accordingly. Once these security agencies they are onto the negotiating tables, and we know that very recently, Jan Bajwa, Chief of Army Staff, has also declared and announced that conflict is not going to give us results. There should be cooperation. So I personally think that for the time being, maybe for next 4 or 5 years, situation would come under control where confidence building measures they would be strengthening, and normalization of relations, at least onto the political level, would be seen. But permanent resolution of the conflicts between India and Pakistan, they are not in my sight, at least in near future.
So thank you so much for sharing your skillful thoughts with us. Audience, this is all for today. Thank you for watching Global Times Podcast.
Thank you, man.